Happy Tuesday. Today is April 2nd of 2019, and this is a private Bitcoin cryptocurrency index update for subscribers. Today I will review yesterday's April 1st update and then correlate the update with today's current live charts. If you have been following my analysis, today should be a little more than a happy Tuesday. It should be a very happy Tuesday, as everything is playing out absolutely beautiful and as expected. So let's get started. Reviewing yesterday's update, we have a spike coming. Believe it or not, today's move in Bitcoin to $5,000 was not the spike we are looking for. Remember the updates we've stated, first 5,000, then 7,000 plus. The spike we're looking for this week, we're looking for a price target above 7,000. Most likely, I believe the target will be somewhere in the 7,400, 7,500 range. Again, that is just a best guess, but I believe that is where we're going. If we look at the cycle chart, you'll notice that waypoint G completed last week. Bitcoin, as of yesterday, was moving up. Today, it jumped higher. However, we still do not, I repeat, do not have the spike. And in yesterday's update, I was looking for a price jump to possibly, I said 42 to 4,300. Well, that was definitely too low. It hit 5,000 today. So tomorrow, do expect a price pullback, probably down to this level, because as I'm speaking, Bitcoin's currently trading at approximately $4,700. So don't be surprised if Bitcoin tomorrow or the next 24 to 48 hours pulls back down to the $4,200 to $4,300 range. It could go as low as 4,000. I don't think so. But whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's going to pull back. And then after a quick pullback, we're going to see a sudden, violent, vertical spike within 24 hours where it just goes completely vertical. Most likely that will occur this Thursday, latest Friday of this week. So that will be Thursday the 4th into Friday the 5th. Next, let's scroll over to page 2 and we'll look at the cycle charts here. So here's Bitcoin and Litecoin. So now let me move over to the current live cycle charts and we can talk from there. Okay, so let's start with Bitcoin. Again, going back to our cycle low, which we nailed here perfectly last year on December 14th, of $3,122, the final low. And what we've seen happen since the low are two triangle formations. Let me show you. So we're seeing from the high here, we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a spike as this triangle line broke and it came up. Bitcoin found resistance here over at just over 4,000, and then another triangle formed at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you recall the update of last week on the 25th of March, on that exact date, I said this is 0.5 and a reversal's coming. And you'll see what happened here. Bitcoin reversed up and it broke out of the triangle last week. And since the break, it went sideways and upwards slowly for a few days. Yesterday's update was this candlestick. And then since then, Bitcoin spiked vertical. And you'll notice our Fibonacci circle lines here. Bitcoin did come up and it stopped at the Fibonacci circle line at approximately $5,000. So this served as resistance, just as it served as resistance over here at this price level back last year. So at this point, Bitcoin has to clear 5,000, this Fibonacci circle right here. Once Bitcoin does break the Fibonacci circle here at 5,000, it could spike very aggressively, and I do believe it will. We're looking potentially here the 7,000 range, possibly as high as 7,400, and it could shoot as high here until at the top of the Fibonacci circle here at 8,200, but I think that might be pushing it. So we'll see what happens. But again, still looking for a spike in the 7,000 range, and we do have Fibonacci resistance here at the 7,400 level. If we scroll backwards, this is what we're looking at here. So I do expect this November high here to be easily taken out. That's at 6,500. So I'm looking for a new high above this. So anywhere in the 7,000 to 7,400 range would be considered an excellent move. Next, let's look over to Litecoin. Okay, so here's Litecoin. As I write, Litecoin trades at about $72.50. Very, very strong. So we've got Litecoin doing 3 triangles. So you'll see here from the low at $22, just like Bitcoin, a 5-point triangle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then came up, and then it broke the triangle, and then we had the first spike. If you recall, this happened in February. This was February 8th. We were looking for that as this triangle broke. Since this triangle broke, again, Litecoin's been progressing upwards, whereas Bitcoin's been progressing sideways. So Litecoin's been progressing upwards and sideways, and again, starting here, we have another 5 triangles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then as this triangle broke, symmetric triangle number 2 caused a spike up here. Coin went up to like the $60 range, and again, we had a mini triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a spike, and then another triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again, this was the 5th wave point here of the 26th of March last week. And then just like here, you'll notice here it made a low, came up, went sideways, and then spiked. You'll see it made a low, came up, broke the triangle as it did here, went sideways, and this is why I knew that Litecoin within the next 24 to 48 hours was potentially going to spike, just because you can see what happened really clearly right here. And again, this 20 EMA line served as beautiful support all the way here for Litecoin. And then just as it touched the 20 EMA, it exploded yesterday, late last night. And this is the official break of symmetric triangle number 3. And Litecoin is moving up beautifully. It's at $72. This is not even close to what we're expecting for this week. So do not be surprised if Litecoin breaks $100 this week easily. We'll see what happens. Again, price is more difficult, but the upcycle for Litecoin remains into the 14th with Bitcoin into the 14th of April, as stated in yesterday's update. However, we are expecting a spike for Litecoin and Bitcoin this week, and that has not, I repeat, has not yet occurred. Very aggressive move coming. We're only seeing the first step so far. Again, do you expect a mild or a quick pullback here in the next 24 to 48 hours? It could happen. May not happen for Litecoin, but it could happen for Bitcoin. So we might see a quick pullback, and then after that pullback, we're going to go vertical and see an aggressive spike. Now, I wanted to talk about Bitcoin versus Litecoin. Let's go to that chart right here, and you'll see we have same thing, the triangles right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then again this triangle breaks, and this was the first official spike. Then we had a second triangle, we had another spike, and then a third triangle. Now, what's happening here, this is really interesting, because Litecoin, even though it's spiked today and it's over $70, it just is breaking this triangle priced in Bitcoin, which means that Litecoin is about to explode relative to the price of Bitcoin. So that's why I think a target of over 100 this week is easy. I believe we could see and we should see $130 range for Litecoin for this week. Again, please, I am only doing my best for guessing prices using Fibonacci lines. But again, we remain to have an upcycle. The triangle here is breaking. And if it closes where it is today, it officially will break that triangle. And then we should see Litecoin begin to spike relative to Bitcoin within the next 24 to 48 hours. Currently, Litecoin is up over 120%. Since it's making its low here in December relative to Bitcoin. So it's outperformed Bitcoin by 120%. And you'll notice here, see this 20 EMA line? Litecoin comes up and butts up against it and explodes. Same thing, it touched it, came up against it and explodes. And then Litecoin again, 20 EMA line, just touched it yesterday, broke down through a little bit, and then absolutely just exploded here today, straight up off this 20 EMA. So very, very, very strong. Litecoin is going to do really, really well here for 2019. What we're seeing in terms of prices is nothing in terms of what is coming in 2019. So please be very careful about selling any long-term positions. If you want to play a little bit, that's fine using some of the turns. But most importantly, please hold a long-term position. Litecoin is going to go to probably 4 digits this year. Do not be surprised. So again, very big numbers coming this year for Litecoin. It will outperform Bitcoin, as you can see right here. And it's consistently breaking higher relative to Bitcoin. Next, let's scroll over and look over at Digibyte. And you can see Digibyte today, as expected, it broke the triangle. Waypoint 5 came in, and then it started to move higher, and you can see it's starting to move aggressively higher. So don't be surprised if we see Digibyte have a very powerful move here within the next 24 to 48 hours. These are very conservative numbers that I put here, 2 pennies and 3 pennies. I think these will be easily broken. We'll probably go to 5 cents this month in April, maybe higher, so we'll see. And most importantly, by using cycles, we're using time and not price. Price is secondary. Time is far, far more important. And lastly, let's scroll over to Theta, and you can see Theta, same thing, broke out of Triangle 1, broke out of Triangle 2, and currently is beginning to move up. It does have a little resistance here, so it's got the 20 EMA line here, the green line is resistance. Then it has the middle Bollinger Band here as resistance. So Theta is lagging a little bit relative to obviously Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Digibyte. But don't be surprised that Theta breaks this middle Bollinger Band here within the next 24 to 48 hours, and then has a very strong week late into this week and into next week. And in closing, Litecoin continues to push higher as I'm speaking. It's nearly $73 right now. Again, Litecoin is going to have a wonderful year. And that's it. So may God bless all of you. If you are enjoying the updates, please, it's fun to read comments from subscribers. Send me a quick note with any comments. I do appreciate every one of you, and I wish all of us a truly spectacular 2019. And please remember, what we're watching happen right now is only the start of what is about to occur. Be well. God bless.